The modern commercial supply grid ties your survival to complex, chemically dependent supply chains that can break down in a matter of days. To prepare for a 3.5-year period of sustained isolation, you must disconnect from these networks. This requires leaving urban centers to secure rural land in the mountains or isolated outskirts. On this land, you must stockpile organic, heirloom seeds. These natural seeds allow you to harvest crops that produce viable seeds for the next planting, which maintains your food supply without external input. You also need to eliminate plastic from your food storage to avoid chemical leaching. Instead, seal your organic grains in Mylar bags and store them inside solid wooden barrels. Even with food and land secured, you remain vulnerable if you rely on the municipal grid for water. A natural off-grid water system is an essential foundation for true survival. The engine driving this off-grid water system is created from a single natural material, the dried coconut shell. If you throw these shells into an open fire, the oxygen will cause them to burn down into white ash, which has no filtration value. To create activated carbon, you must burn the shells in an anaerobic, oxygen-starved environment. This process bakes the material into a dense, rigid charcoal. This image shows a shattered fragment of the cooled coconut charcoal. Notice the microscopic, honeycomb-like internal structure. This extreme porosity operates as a chemical snare. As water passes through, the microscopic tunnels actively bind and trap heavy metals, chemical toxins, and pathogens. This diagram shows the outer housing of the filtration tower. We use a hollowed-out bamboo stalk or a wooden barrel with a single drainage hole at the base. Avoid using PVC or other synthetic piping. First, place large, jagged rocks at the very bottom, followed by a layer of smaller pebbles. This base ensures the purified water can flow out through the exit hole without being blocked by the finer layers above. Next, pour in a dense layer of clean, fine sand to catch smaller physical particulates. Now, pack in the coconut charcoal. As the primary active filter, it must be densely packed, taking up at least half of the vessel's total volume. Finally, cap the system with a thin top layer of sand and gravel. This acts as the preliminary blocker for large external debris, like leaves and twigs. Packing these materials in these exact ratios forces contaminated water through a slow, deliberate sequence, stripping it of toxins layer by layer. For storage, we use a whole, intact coconut shell that has been hollowed out and completely scraped clean of its internal meat. If you leave raw organic matter inside the shell, a bacterial bloom will occur, contaminating the water you just filtered. To completely sterilize the organic shell, you must ensure it is fully submerged in boiling water for exactly 15 minutes. After boiling, cure the shell in direct sunlight until it is bone dry. This step kills any remaining mold spores before the shell is used for storage. Now, begin the testing phase. Pour murky, contaminated water into the top of your newly built bamboo filter tower. Discard the first few liters of water that drain out. This action flushes the system of any loose carbon dust. Once the system is flushed, the dark runoff clears. Crystal clear water drips from the base of the bamboo directly into your wooden cup. Mastering this specific cycle of natural purification and sterile storage provides a repeatable source of clean water, removing your reliance on municipal utilities. This is the complete survival ecosystem, a root cellar filled with wooden barrels of grain, operating alongside a functioning natural water filter. True self-sufficiency is achieved by removing synthetic dependencies from your daily intake. Secure your land, begin stockpiling raw coconuts, and construct your prototype filter today. Hesitation leaves you tied to a failing grid. Building this infrastructure now provides the means to endure an outage that would otherwise leave you without a source of clean water.